Coming up on the BGC podcast this week.
Again, the older generation are so used to listening to the news and believing everything they see in the newspapers, online, the TV. You know, our generation are more aware that actually that's probably been really blown out of proportion, or actually they're only giving half a story or whatever.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the BGC podcast.
Good morning, everybody.
Now, what you don't know, everyone, that took about 3 times for me to introduce.
It's a Sunday. We're super chill.
It is a nice chilled Sunday.
Yeah, it is.
Lovely chilled one. Should we run the title?
I think we should, yeah.
All right, then, let's go for it.
Two friends.
Hi, I'm Laura.
Hi, I'm Vic.
One big gay chat.
From coming out, staying out,
And everything in between. Long-term relationships.
dating disasters.
Quite possibly the most unreasonable ifs. The BGC podcast. So, Vic, how have you been?
Yeah, good.
Good.
It's a bit of a lie.
Right.
I've had an interesting week.
Yeah.
Since we last spoke. I had a bit. I won't go into too much detail because it'll probably be quite distressing. But I had a bit of a distressing call at work. The first one of its kind for me. And I'd be lying if I said it didn't impact me somewhat.
I mean, you'd be the bionic woman if it didn't impact you. So,
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
think you can only prepare so much for a call like that. And it was my first for a lot of things that were, when you're like, so everyone that I was with had seen at least one or two before.
yeah.
And, though it upsetting and distressing, they were quite like holding it together, and you feel like, and they didn't make me feel like it. I just sort of felt like I was like, right, I need to be like that.
Yeah.
Like once sort of the adrenaline wears off and everything sort of calms down and it all gets sort of wrapped up, for the want of a better word. Yeah, I don't know. I just felt like I needed to act like it hadn't bothered me. Which is a really naive thought to have because it obviously had.
Yeah. Yeah.
But work have been so good. Like they've
Good.
offered like all the support to everyone who was involved, not just me. I've had people reach out that weren't even on shift with me. I've had managers reach out like days later. So yeah, the support has been really good. And I'm sleeping now, which
That's
is good.
good.
It wasn't like I wasn't waking up in the middle of the night and thinking about it. I just think I was probably in a bit of shock, and where I'd like suppressed how I was feeling about it. It was probably playing on my mind subconsciously. But yeah, no, I have had a couple of good night's sleeps now. I've spoken about it with people that have like been through it before. Not necessarily in the same environment that I do it in, but in more like a hospital environment. Like my best friend, for example, has been so good. And her husband as well, like reached out, sent me a lovely message, and it's been great. And I spoke to you and your other half, which really helped me. So yeah, it's been interesting. It's been a journey. Can't lie,
I
it's
bet.
been a journey.
In a way, it's good that you've now experienced your first one.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I think I'll know just not just the actual action itself, but everything that comes after that as well.
Yeah.
And also the bigger picture, the families, other passengers, it's thinking about those, and I've taken a lot away from it, which will only help me, and anyone else that is around me when that happens, and like I say, the bigger picture. So yeah, it's been a time, but it's been a learning curve.
Yeah.
For sure.
And it's good that your place of work is actually supporting you through that, but also supporting the people that have also been through it before. So it just goes to show that it's not we only support you on the first time. It's no, every time we will
Yeah.
make sure that you're okay, which is to be commended for your place of work, really, isn't it?
For sure. Like I love where I work. I love my job. and this hasn't changed that. Like, in
Mm.
fact, it's only made it, and that sounds weird, but due to the support, not the actual thing that I went through or had to like
Yeah.
deal with, but like the actual support and stuff, it's like really appreciate the work that we do and
Hmm.
the people that we do it with.
Mm.
Like, and they genuinely care.
Yeah.
Like, I've not got one message from someone where I've been like, well, that's just a tick box exercise. It's actually been like, no, we want to check that you as a
Yeah.
person are okay. And it's been really, really lovely.
Yeah, because there's so many companies out there, aren't there, that are like, oh yeah, we're all about mental health and mental well-being, when really it's like, this is what utter bullshit. You don't
Yeah.
give a shit. But it sounds like they genuinely do care about your mental health, which was
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So I've done a lot of like, I don't know, like all the sort of standard stuff they tell you to do, like self-care and go for walks and stuff. So yeah, and that's really, and they say it for a reason. It does work.
Mm.
I've been at one with the nature, which has just been lovely. I'm currently cat sitting
Oh.
for my friend. She's let me stay in her lovely house. So I feel like I actually been on a little retreat. It's been really, really nice. So yeah, it's been a good end to the week. I go back to work um tomorrow. Not my first shift back since, but my
Yeah.
second. And I think tomorrow uh I'll be better. I was a little anxious on my last shift, I think.
Yeah.
Um which I was told by quite a few people. Like, I wasn't sure what I was experiencing at first. And then I sort of explained it to my friend and she was like, honey, that's anxiety. And I was like I've experienced anxiety before, but not in that way.
No.
So yeah, that shift was a little bit weird. Understand, like, I'm not annoyed at myself. I don't think it's, irrational. I think it's completely understandable for me to have been like that.
Mm.
But I think I'll feel a lot better about when I'm in work tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Is
which
it
is
a day shift or night shift?
day shift, just the
Day shift.
one.
Just the one.
Yeah, because I'm on my weird bit.
All right.
And I'm working with a really good team again. So
Oh, that's good.
yeah, I'm excited. But yeah, that's been my week, mate.
Cool.
How's yours been?
Yeah, mine's been good. It's been a good week. Second week at new job completed. Tick.
Yeah,
Um, Still loving it. Still
good.
loving it. Really nice. I have noticed something really good about this job as well.
Yeah,
So you know how when I delivered at Tesco, I really love seeing all the dogs?
yes.
Yeah, this job I get to see all the dogs too.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, yeah. Because we're not operationally open, but we are
Right,
open at the moment. So
right.
there's particular like people that can come on to where I work just
Mm,
to check things, shall we
hmm
say.
mm.
And they bring their dogs, and the amount of dogs that come into the reception, I'm like, oh my God, you're so cute. I just want to.
Oh, I love
So
that for you.
yeah, yeah, so many dogs. So
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
that's cute.
yeah. So can't wait
Good.
until we actually open, and then I get to see all the dogs.
Yeah, when do you open?
First weekend in March, so the 1st of March.
Oh,
Mm.
exciting stuff, mate.
Yeah, I just get a feeling it's going to be very busy. Very,
Yeah,
very
I
busy.
think the pace will definitely change, but you'll
Mm,
thrive in that,
mm,
I think,
yeah, yeah.
knowing you.
Hopefully.
Well, fingers
Fingers
crossed
crossed.
anyway. Yeah, fake it till you make it at least.
It's funny actually because I was having a conversation with one of my new colleagues, and we were talking about how she's very outgoing. I spoke about her last week, the one that's got the gay daughter.
Yep.
And she's very outgoing, she's very loud and like very out there. And but then she said to me, she said, I'm actually really shy. And I
Oh.
said, do you know what? I said, I'm exactly the same. I give off this real confident persona, but inside I'm bricking it.
Mm,
And it's just funny, isn't it? I think especially like people like you and me that have been in like a entertainment background, we're good at putting on that persona.
mm,
But it's just fun, the amount of people I've noticed that are very outward,
mm.
but very inward.
I hear you.
It's fascinating.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It is. But I think the industry that you now work in as well,
Mm.
you'll probably find that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I think quite a few performers of a certain nature, they say it about comedians, don't they?
Mm.
That they can give off quite an out there persona, but actually they're quite introverted.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
almost as if they're playing a character, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I certainly play a character when I'm at work, and I'm
Yeah.
like, obviously not completely different to who I am, but I
No.
I force myself to be more hi when I'm
Yeah,
not
I
like
get I
that.
get that. It can be
Yeah.
quite tiring.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if I like am around certain people and I feel like I sometimes when you're just like, God, I can't be asked to like be social today. But
Mm.
then you bump into that one person, you're like, ah, ah, yeah, yeah, woo. And then you walk away and you're like, bloody hell, I'm exhausted.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I get that. Oh, big news.
Yeah.
Arsenal won 5-0 against Crystal Palace today.
Women's team,
Yeah, obviously. I don't want
obviously.
don't want
Men who?
yeah, there's men that play. Right. Yeah, so that was very good. Very good match. First win
Nice.
of 2025, I believe. Yeah.
Is it
Um,
their first game of 2025?
yeah,
So yeah.
yeah. Well, they've won the last bloody hell, how many? Because we Renee's our new she's signed now as our actual head coach.
Right.
So and she's really good. Like we've won under her since she took over from what's his face. Um, we have won every game,
Mm.
or did we draw one? I'm pretty sure we've won every game. So yeah, all very exciting stuff.
Nice.
I know something that will surprise you, right? And hear me out. All
Right.
right, hear me out.
Okay, here we go.
Not every female footballer is a lesbian.
No.
No, and you know what? I can't lie. I was like, when I like first started getting into like women's football, I was like, what do you mean she's straight? What do you mean she likes penis? She plays football. Like what an ignorant thing. But I was really like, huh? And yeah, it's this that's a thing.
Yeah, you just assume it, don't you?
I know. I mean, it sort of goes back to when I said last week about my manager not knowing that I was gay.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of a good thing that he didn't just assume.
Yes. Yeah, very good thing.
Like, Fez, I mean, let's not call a spade a spade. Let's ask the spade if it wants to be called a spade,
Yeah.
or if it just wants to be referred to as a spoon.
Yeah. Okay. That's an analogy and a half, isn't
You're
it?
welcome.
Bloody hell.
You're welcome. Yeah, I just thought that was pretty ignorant of me, which
Yeah.
isn't. I can be quite ignorant. I will hold my hands up.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I just was like, huh.
Did you,
Oh,
so, because obviously before your job now, you worked in security.
yes, very stereotypical.
So, did you ever have people not know you were gay when you worked in security?
Yeah, I'm sure I did.
Yeah.
Um, I'm sure I did. Yeah, there'd be a few people. Yeah, and you know what? Mainly older men, which is who my manager is. Like, it's an
Right.
older
Okay.
generation man. Um, yeah, mainly older men would be like, "You're a lesbian." I mean, to be fair, back then I didn't have my hand tattoos. I didn't have my undercut.
Fair. Yeah.
I wasn't that much of a stereotype. You
You
know.
weren't a walking stereotype back then.
No, no, you had to look a little closer to figure it out. But but yeah, there was I think in mainly male dominated positions,
Hmm.
I think we can sort of again be a bit ignorant and be like, oh, they must be gay.
Yeah.
But actually, no, they're just badass women. Like
Yeah.
that's it. Like they're not gay. Some of them like look very like I've worked with obviously a bunch of females in security ranging from all ages, all ethnic backgrounds, all sexualities. And I remember this one woman, absolute queen, right? She would have her hair done immaculately, big blonde hair,
Yeah.
like big blonde ponytail that kind of looked like a really like bouffant foxtail, like just stunning. Makeup was always pristine, regardless of what time of the morning she was working.
Yeah.
Like uniform was on point, and I just remember thinking, what a feminine lesbian. And obviously she wasn't gay, like
Yeah.
obviously. But I just thought, God, like, and she was quite a bit older than me.
Mm.
Not that you'd know, she fucking looked great. But I just remember thinking, like, and she'd been at Gatwick for years. And obviously, like, you still get, maybe not now, but when I first started, I remember starting with a girl who was gay, and she wasn't given the warmest welcome
Really.
by some of the men on her team. I mean, they were quickly,
Shut down.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Um, but I remember thinking, Christ. And then I would see her and I think, I wonder what kind of behavior you had to put up with when you started in a male dominated role like security. And
Hmm.
back then as well, like I think she's been with the company like 35, 40 years.
Oh God, yeah. You go back that, yeah. Times have changed. I mean, times have not changed that much, but they're considerably better than what they were back then. Yeah.
Yeah, and regardless of whether she's gay, straight, whatever, like her just being a female in such a male dominated position, like
Mm.
I can imagine that was quite difficult.
Yeah. Yeah. It's weird because I obviously I've always said to you, and I've always said to all our listeners, I think I scream gay because
Mm,
I've got the obvious short hair and stuff.
mm,
But I've never, when it comes to starting a new job in a male-dominated area, like for example, when I was a delivery driver,
mm.
I never really got weird feeling from the older generation of man.
Okay,
I actually clicked with them quite well and actually
okay,
got on well better with them than what I
mm,
did with the youngsters.
okay.
And I don't know whether is it all down to my personality? Am
Mm,
I because I don't want to stereotype, but I'm going to. Some lesbians can be very defensive
mm,
off the bat,
yeah,
regardless of whether they've had a reaction or not. And I think some people, and I would find that very intimidating. So
mm,
maybe it triggers a defensive reaction off their defensiveness.
hmm.
So do you think that might be slightly why she got a bit of a weird feeling?
Yeah, I think potentially she was quite young as
Right,
well,
okay.
and I do find that with a younger generation of gay,
Mm,
maybe not necessarily the ones that are coming up into, their 20s now,
mm.
but particularly this was what, how long have I been with the company now? 8 years, coming into
So,
8 years, I think.
wow.
So, I was, quick math, 24,
Okay.
24, 25-ish, and she was a few years younger than me.
Mm,
Um, so I don't know if back then, again, we're a different generation. It's not the generation that we are now. And,
mm.
I think some people be like, oh, if it was the generation we are now, you can't say a damn thing. And yeah, yeah, yeah. I think there are some circumstances where um, being woke can be a detriment
Yeah.
to um, conversation, and it can really sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Stump?
Mm,
No.
no.
What's stun?
Okay.
Um, a learning pattern potentially. Like, with this generation, I think some can get super defensive.
Hmm.
And I don't want to say why or anything like that. Like people get defensive, but I think it scares people into not asking questions
Yeah,
enough or getting to
definitely.
know someone, and then that creates a bit more of a barrier, and again not a lot of knowledge is passed on or
Hmm.
opinion from someone in a particular area that you may not have that much information about, and then again people fear what they don't know, so
Hmm.
then that sort of again creates that barrier. And I think back then it wasn't so much like that, or I
Mm.
didn't find it so much like that, but then that might just be me. um but she may well have been like that, but it's not like it was her first male dominated role.
No.
She had worked at a bus station, I think.
Oh,
for a
okay.
coach station, and she said she was the only female, and she, got on well with them, but she just wanted more money, and fair enough,
Mm,
you know. Um, so it's hard to say. It's hard to say, but I think um, if I was to sort of hear that now,
mm,
I would kind of take it not with a pinch of salt. I think every story deserves to be heard, but
hmm
I would also be thinking, okay, and because I know quite a lot of the people that have been there a long time now, if it was to be one of them, I'd be a bit like, oh, I
mm,
know that person. So maybe they may well have said something that wouldn't necessarily offend me.
no.
And but they may well have said it to them and it does offend them. And who are we to turn around and say it shouldn't?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Like, I want to go back and touch on you mentioned woke. Do you
yes,
remember? I know I'm asking you to remember something, Vic, but
cheers for that, mate.
yeah, give it a go. Do you remember
Set me up to fail.
Do you remember when we had Michael on the podcast
Yeah,
and he was talking about woke
yeah,
and how woke has been made out to be a bad thing, but it's not a bad thing?
yes.
I do 100% agree with Michael when he said that.
Mm,
Like, all woke is just people wanting every individual to be treated equally.
absolutely.
But obviously, where the media has bumped it up and made it out to be this really bad thing,
Mm,
it's not helping the situation, is it?
no, for sure.
It's like feeding to people not being confident enough to ask questions and
Mm,
be intrigued about other people and learn about other people, that like they're just assuming, oh, this bloody woke snowflakes, I can't ask them anything, they'll get offended by anything,
yeah,
so they just don't bother. So I do think that like the media and social media has a massive impact on that.
for sure. And I think, again, the older generation are so used to listening to the news and
Hmm.
believing everything they see in the newspapers, online,
Mm,
the TV. Our generation are more aware that actually that's probably been really blown out of proportion, or
hmm
actually they're only giving half a story or whatever. I think I absolutely agree with what Michael said, like you do, 100%. And the word woke has got such, like you say, a negative connotation to it
hmm
that if we started to use it in a less negative way, everyone would agree with Michael, I think.
Yeah,
Everyone would
yeah.
start to be like, actually, but that's okay that they want the same for everyone else. And
Mm,
actually, it's okay that I asked that person that question. And I think us as British people, again, I am talking to the older generation, as well as probably our generation, actually,
mm.
we're not used to being called out.
No.
We're used to politeness and manners and going and just like laughing along with something that's offended us, or
Hmm.
and then quietly taking ourselves off. Like, we're not used to being called out on something that we've said, or a behavior that we've done that back in the day would have been fine.
Yeah.
We're very much, we don't like the thought of us having to change ourselves
Yeah.
or improve ourselves. Like, yeah, okay, maybe back in 1970, you could have slapped someone on the arse, and actually, no, you would have slapped someone on the arse and got away with it.
Hmm.
Now you won't, and
No.
rightly so.
Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't actually be freely smacking someone on the arse without their permission.
Yeah.
Like, if we deep it for a sec, we don't even need to deep it. Like,
Mm.
that's just it. We're treating everyone how they deserve to be treated, and that is with respect.
Yeah. Yeah. And I definitely do think that future generations are actually going to grow up into a society where that is the norm. But
Absolutely.
it's going to sound harsh, but you need to wait for the previous generations to die out for that to happen.
And it's the same, yeah, and it's the same generations that don't like tattoos.
Yeah.
So when you're going for a job, like I remember I got this job and I was like, I want these tattoos now. And
Mm,
so many older generation people were like, what have you done? Like, you've tattooed your hands. And I'm like, yeah.
mm,
They're like, oh, how are we going to get a job? It's like, I will still get a job. My tattoos don't actually affect me from doing my work.
No.
Like, and they never will. Like no one has ever said to me in a manager's position, like, if like managers' roles are coming up or different opportunities are, coming up at work and that, no one has ever said to me, oh, you won't be able to go for that because of your hand tattoos.
Yeah.
No one has ever said that to me. And it's
No.
like, because that generation that think that it stops you from getting a job, they're
Mm-hmm.
going out. That's
Yeah.
discrimination. You can't discriminate. Like, it doesn't stop me from doing my job. Like,
Mm.
and actually, I find, and I have found, that they actually make me more relatable.
Yeah.
Like, I work with the general public, and, you know, especially younger, like, I'd say men in their mid 40s and younger,
Mm.
if they're a bit irate, a bit drunk, they'll see me and I go, listen, mate. And they go, because
Yeah.
I have a uniform on, but actually I've called them mate and they've seen my tattoos and they've gone, actually, she's all right.
Yeah. It makes you more relatable to them, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And I
Mm.
say that the older generation compliment my tattoos more,
Really? Did they?
which is really mad. Like, I've gone to a few first dates with like the older generation and they go, and I don't know, I'm bandaging them up or, filling out some stuff on my phone for paperwork or whatever. And they go, oh, I love your hand tattoos. Oh, thanks so
Wow.
much. Which is really odd,
Mm.
considering what I've just said. Um,
You just sort of contradicted yourself there,
yeah,
Vic.
yeah, maybe we'll cut that. Yeah, it's odd. I think, that I think the older working generation have an issue
Mhm.
with these.
Mm.
I mainly deal with retired elderly couples that are off for a 3-month cruise.
Yes.
And as they should. Go you.
So there's been a couple of things in the news this week about social media related things.
Oh, right.
So one sort of relating to the one last week about the whole meta thing and saying that we're mentally ill.
Right, yeah.
They have now, and please don't quote me on this, but they have banned, Mark Zuckerberg has banned non-binary themes from Messenger. It's taken it off it. It's gone.
Right, so he's made it worse.
Yeah. It's made it even worse than what he already did with the mentally ill thing.
I thought you were about to come at me that there'd been some sort of personal growh and improvement, but obviously
No,
not.
no, not in a week, mate. Come on.
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah, right. I know what we'll do. We'll just isolate everyone even more. How about that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They
Oh,
have though, and they specifically put those themes on in 2021 and 2022 to coincide with the Pride flag, with the new Pride flag, and to what was it? Not National Non-Binary Awareness Day or something. And they
right.
put it on there, but now they're just stripping it away
Of
because
course they
it's not
are.
their norm. Yeah,
Nora. I'm going
that's
to
awful.
sneeze.
Bless you, my child.
Oh, thank you.
You're not allergic to the cat, are you?
No, no, I think I just woke him up though. Oh no, he's all right. Go to sleep. No, we're not going to sing.
Singing to the cat.
It's going to side eye me. You should have seen the waves. Anyway, I digress. I'll
Okay,
come back to
we'll
it.
talk about it in a minute.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then the second thing, TikTok is gone in the US.
Yeah, it actually happened. I didn't think it was going to happen because I saw that Joe Biden wasn't getting rid of it and they were going to leave it for the Trump administration.
Yeah,
And I was like, oh, maybe they'll like save it then. But no, like TikTok's been like, no, fuck you.
yeah.
Wow.
So, but I saw something on one of the pages that we follow on our Instagram,
Mm,
the Shade Room,
yeah.
and it said something like that. They had a little thing saying, "Oh, TikTok is no longer available in this region. However, um, we're working with Donald Trump and his collective bunch of twats um, with the reinstating of TikTok in the US.
Okay.
So is Trump going to be the hero for all the youngsters now?
I mean, maybe.
It's playing into his narrative, isn't it?
I bet some of them are losing their absolute minds that they don't know.
Hmm.
Well,
But
God,
also think of all those people that use TikTok as an income.
for sure.
I mean, some of them have no talent whatsoever. Come on, let's be real. They
Tell it
don't.
how it is, mate.
Well, they don't.
You do you.
But but their livelihood is just gone. So they're going to have to go out and get
No.
a real job. Fuck.
Well, I think they're going to try and use other platforms, but will they pay as well? Will they do as well? Who
Probably not.
knows? But they'll have to I'm kind of assuming that it's gone. So will they then have to completely rebuild their followers and
I
all
don't
their
know.
content?
I don't know.
I hope they save their videos because they could just repost them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That'd
I
be really
wonder, because I think we've got some American followers on our TikTok.
if we.
I think so. Let's see if our followers has gone down. No, our followers haven't gone down.
We have no followers in the
Can
US.
you imagine? Well, yeah. Well, can you imagine if they all went, oh, they're all American.
Yeah,
Damn
they're all
it.
American. Great.
Yeah, okay. We obviously had no American followers on our TikTok. Well,
Fair enough.
they're missing out, aren't they? They're missing out
Yeah.
even more now. Oh well, sucks to be you.
That's it. Piss them off even more.
That's all right. We'll post this as a short on TikTok.
For sure. Just scared the shit out of the cat. I'm so sorry.
Oh, go on, tell us about the
Do
cat.
you want to see him?
Yeah, go
He's
on.
really cute. Hey, baby. Oh, I know.
Oh, look at here. Oh, he's such a beautiful boy.
Say hello to everyone. He's like, fuck off. I'm trying to sleep. I
Oh,
think I owe you. This is big yawn. I know. This is me getting him back actually because he decided to groom me throughout the night,
oh,
which was really, really lovely.
yeah.
Oh, he's on the move. He absolutely scares me half to death sometimes because obviously I'm not used to having a cat around me. What is it?
Right.
No, that's mine. No. Okay, no, now he's biting the lead. Right. Bo. So I'm not used to having a cat around, obviously, and
Yeah.
he'll just randomly jump out of places. I think I might develop a twitch by the time I go home tomorrow. But it's fine. We're working with it. Not having someone lick and eat my hair in the middle of the night will be,
Oh,
but I will miss his cuddles. Like he comes over and he like gets all like purry and he's just really cute.
how old is he? He's young, isn't he?
I want to say 1.5,
Okay, yeah, he's young.
maybe 2.
Yeah,
He's very fluffy. He's got fluffier since the last time I saw him, but he's just so
is he?
beautiful. He just constantly grooms as well. It's very, it look, yep, there he goes again. That's it, mate. But what's so funny because his fur's quite long, it actually gets stuck in his mouth, and then he's all like, "Sorry, mate," as you were. He's scared. I was watching this. I don't know if you've seen it, guys. If you haven't, watch it. It's called Missing You on Netflix.
We're gonna watch that. We saw the trailer today, and it looks insane.
I binge watched it. I finished it. I started it
Wow, and for
yesterday.
you to say that,
I know.
yeah, okay, we're watching it.
I know a series that actually hooked me, and it hooked me hard.
Yeah.
Like, I had to drag myself to bed last night, like very unwillingly. But yeah, I was watching it, and it's quite jumpy in places.
Yeah.
So this guy was doing his usual. He goes over. He's quite spoiled. Like
Right.
he is a prince. He's a prince. And there's a flask in the sink that has to be filled to the top, and he only drinks from that. He doesn't actually drink from the water that you also have to put in the bowl on the floor. Because the guy knows what he wants, and you've got to respect it. So he'll go up onto the sink, have a little drink, and
Yeah.
then he jumps from the island onto the sofa. But it's out of my peripheral. So all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, it's really tense. And then just this on the sofa. And I'm like, literally, don't give me those evils because you know exactly what I'm talking about, my guy. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. And also I've noticed I talk to him a lot.
Oh, you find it. I talk to my hamster.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get a better conversation from her.
I don't know how to take that. yeah, it's actually been really nice just hanging around with a pet.
Yeah.
Like,
Are you allowed pets where you live?
I
No.
mean, I probably could get a house cat or a hamster or something, but it's such a tiny space.
Yeah, it wouldn't be fair, would it?
Not for like a
No.
cat or, well, depending on what kind of cat. But I'm not a big cat person. Only you. Um, I'm not a big cat person. I couldn't have a dog there. That would be super
No.
unfair, even though I would love it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be fair on them. I mean, I did look, the girl that lives downstairs, she has a garden, like a patio area.
Mm.
She has a dog, and she said that she might be moving out. I can't lie, I was looking and looking on the website, like, then every time I saw her, I was like, how are your plans for moving out then? Anything in the pipeline that you found? And but now she's like, oh no, I've decided to stay. We actually quite like it. I'm like,
Ah, bitch.
that's nice. But yeah, I think yeah, I have there's some things that may or may not be happening in the next few months.
Hmm.
And if they go my way, then I may look at moving and getting a place with a garden and potentially a dog. We'll see.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll see, because I would love to have. So you scare me when you look at me like that.
She's talking for our audio listeners. She's talking to the cat, not
Yeah.
me.
Oh yeah. 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 The cat, and he is actually quite a menace as well. So I do sometimes. I'm like, how are you gonna be? But the other day I woke up, I walked past him, and he was like sort of cuddling up against my leg when I was like stood at the sink, and I was like, oh, that's cute. And then he just sort of like tried to like wrestle me, and I was like, bro, I can take you. Um, but yeah, there's a couple of things hopefully happening in the next few months, like I say.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, I'll just get another like little studio, but hopefully with like a garden and a bit of
Yeah.
outside space, and then I can arrange for like a dog walker or.
Hmm.
I mean, it's a plan. Whether it comes to fruition, it could just be a pipe dream, but
No, you want it to happen, make it happen.
for sure.
It's like this year, I want to become a dog mum.
Oh yeah,
I really want to become a dog mum.
cute.
So maybe we should both get dogs and then we can have the two dogs as our co-hosts.
Oh my God, our dogs would be best friends.
Yeah, they would.
Oh, that's cute. That's really cute.
You heard it here first.
If mine doesn't come to fruition, then I'm gonna claim your dog's my dog too.
I don't doubt that in the slightest.
Everyone's like, duh.
Yeah. You could be my dog walker when I'm at work.
Don't toy with my. Why would you toy with my emotions like that? Of course, I would do that.
Well, there you go then.
Yeah,
Sorted. We can get a dog then.
yeah. Oh my God, I would help with. I was gonna say childcare.
Well, it's
Sure,
basically a
that actually
child.
works. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I would absolutely help with that. Like no drama.
All right, cool.
Oh, look at us, guys. We're gonna be
What?
parents.
Oh, typical lesbians.
We should probably let your other half know, maybe.
Yeah, maybe we
Probably
should.
involve her in the conversation.
Yeah, it's all right. She's going to be away for half the year, so
Yeah, she is.
so yeah.
Yeah, she is.
Should we have a Vic sick?
Yes.
Yeah, you got one this week.
Yes, I do.
Oh dear.
Yes, I do.
Right, let's play your Vic sick thing.
Let's run it.
It's
Yeah.
time for Vic's Icks.
Okay.
Right.
An ick. People that don't indicate.
Oh, they're the fucking worst. I hate them. I can't stand them.
Like, what is the big deal with fucking indicating? Like, what is it? Someone who
Hmm.
doesn't indicate and you own it, message us because it's right. I don't understand.
Hmm.
Like, I don't understand. Like, I was driving wherever I was driving to, and there was a car in front of me trying to come out of a junction. Could have gone so many times if everyone had put their indicator on to saying they were also coming down our road.
Mm.
Like, and I was like, what is the big fucking deal?
Hmm.
Like, you don't look hard. Yeah, you don't look like a big man. You look like your car is broken.
Yeah.
Yeah, your big man Range Rover don't work.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, and
oh,
it's always so I was driving into work the other day, right? So I was driving into work
Mm,
driving down the main road into the place where I work, and I'm
mm,
following this Range Rover,
mm,
personalized number plate.
of course.
I was like just following it down, and I have to turn left to go into the place where I work.
Mm.
So I put on my indicator as I'm approaching it, and he doesn't have an indicator on and turns left. And then I turn left and follow this person into said car park, in which he doesn't indicate right to go into the car park. So I indicate right, and I'm going to fucking use your indicator, you bloody Range Rover.
Yeah.
It was the general manager of the park. I was like,
Oh,
hello.
morning.
I was like,
Lovely car
oh,
you've got there.
yeah. Should have already guessed from the personalized number plate, really.
No, stop.
You know, when you sort of like, I talk to myself a lot when I drive. I always say, fucking idiot,
Yeah,
twat bag. Or
yeah,
like, good job I didn't trust you in it, you twat. And I was
yeah.
literally going at it in my car, like, use your fucking indicator, you bloody bastard. And I'm like, oh my God, it's the general manager.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Like when I'm like driving near work for whatever reason, I always try and like curb my road rage because I'm like, knowing my luck, I'm gonna like mouth off and it's gonna be like my manager's manager or something. Like honestly, like I know it. So I'm like, and then when I'm nowhere near work, I'm like, where'd you learn to drive? Legoland.
Well, you say that. I've got a little license from Legoland when I was about 8.
I'm sure it will hold up in any official establishment.
I also
Yeah,
do have another one. Oh my God, where is it? Hang
oh,
on, bear with.
she's gonna flex now.
Here we go. Ah, you can't see.
Uh,
There
oh,
you go.
where's that from?
Bikini bottom.
Oh,
Yeah, it's bikini bottom driving license. Um, it's been issued to me by SpongeBob.
oh,
Yeah,
wow.
and Nickelodeon.
Damn.
So I'm obviously the best driver. Legoland, bikini bottom, normal driving license.
The highest honor any driver could get.
Yes,
Absolutely.
need one of these guys.
Yeah.
What you need?
Maybe that's why people aren't indicating.
Maybe because they haven't been taught by SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Or they have been taught by SpongeBob.
Yeah. More likely.
Yeah.
More likely. Yeah. Just read. I just think, what is the just indicate.
Mm,
That's
no.
and especially if you're gonna drive like a twat, like
Yeah.
weaving in and out. If you're gonna drive like that, no one can stop you, bar the police. But no
Mm,
one can stop you. But at least can you let everyone know where you're going so you don't actually cause an accident?
mm-hmm.
How about that? Because it's not just your life that
Mm,
you're risking.
mm-hmm.
All right, you selfish people.
Wow, you held back there.
Well, the cat looked at me as soon as I said you're selfish, and then I was like, feel like I'm gonna get told off by my mother.
He just heard the word fish. He's like,
Yeah,
food?
it was like, eh? Did actually, what is the time? Oh no, we've got some time.
Okay, you got to feed him.
I do.
Oh,
I do. Not that he eats it. He loves a
oh,
biscuit. He's quite
oh,
fussy.
oh, he is a prince, isn't he?
Yeah, he likes the good stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm talking about you. Why don't you come and no, right. I'll just go fuck myself then. Fair enough.
He should
Anyway,
come and do the end of episode spiel.
yeah.
Yeah, get him over here.
Bye. Wow. You might as well have done that. Do you know what? You're fine over there. Yeah. I actually would have suggested you stay there. Good shout. Good shout. You know.
Do you want to round off the episode or shall I?
You can do that, mate.
Oh, standard.
Yeah.
Standard. I always feel like this sounds very scripted, but I just know what I need to say.
It's just quite a chunk.
It
Um,
is.
the best way to make it not sound so chunky is the way you say it. So
All right, then I'll just go for it. You can follow the BGC podcast on all social media platforms. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads, but not TikTok in the US. Oh,
shame.
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 Sucks to be you. Uh, if you do want to get in touch with us, you can email us at thebgcpod@gmail.com. Please send in your stories, your icks, anything at all. If you are watching this on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell, and every time a new episode uploads, you will be alerted.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah. But until next Friday, bright and early, I've been Laura.
I've been Vic.
That's been Bo. And we will see you soon.
Be seeing you.